Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 4. Our I can statement for this lesson is, I can compare and order 3 numbers to the hundred thousands place. I can record and justify the comparisons. So in this lesson, we're going to focus on comparing and ordering numbers and justifying those comparisons. Remember, justify means we're going to be able to prove why those comparisons are correct. Biscayne National Park is the largest marine park in the national park system. If you visit, be prepared to get wet because 95% of the park is underwater. Each year, visitors explore coral reefs, islands, and mangrove forests. In which year did more visitors come to the park? How can we compare the numbers? So it's giving us the total visitors over here in this section. It tells us that in 2014, 525,745 people visited. And in 2015, 508,164 people visited the national park. So the letter A is asking us, how can we compare these numbers? The next part right here kind of gives us a hint as to how we can compare the numbers. We can compare using a place value chart. So that's one way of comparing to see which number is greater than the other. So we can go ahead and write, how can we compare those numbers? I can compare the numbers using a place value chart. So now let's go ahead and use that place value chart. I'm going to go ahead and label to the side of the place value chart so I remember which year I'm writing in each section. So I'm going to write 2014 here and 2015. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in now my 2014 total, which was 525,745. And then I will fill in that 2015 total, 508,164. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at question C. Question B asks us, where do you start when you compare the numbers? What it's asking is, when we look at a place value chart, how do we compare with which digit? So we need to start, we're not going to start in the ones place, because if I look just at the ones place to make my comparison, this digit might be greater than this digit, but a digit further in the column might be greater. So we want to start in our leftmost digit, because this is where the greatest value is. If we start in the ones place, even though a digit might be greater in the ones, 100,000 might be greater, which is a greater value than a digit in the ones place. So we need to start in the leftmost digit. And then C is asking us, well, how do we compare the digits? So if we're starting all the way to the left, right, we see that the digit in the leftmost column is a 5. Both have 500,000s. So once we've read that digit, we're going to move to the right. Well, we notice we have 2 10,000s here, but 0 10,000s here. So which of these numbers is greater? The amount visited in 2014, 525,000, is greater than 508,000. So go ahead and write your answer. How can we compare the digits? What did we just do? Right? We started in the hundred thousands place, right? The leftmost digit. Because those were equal, we moved to the next digit to the right. We looked at the 10,000s place. each time we're looking to determine the digit of greater value. And if those digits are equal, we move to the next place value column. And then letter D asks us, during which year did more visitors come to Biscayne National Park? We know more visitors came in 2014. Now to explain our thinking here, right? Why did more visitors come in 2014? We would want to use that academic language of more visitors came in 2014 because 525,745 is greater than 508,164. So now we're going to take a look at Step It Out. It's going to give us a different way to compare numbers. In 2016, there were 514,709 visitors to Biscayne National Park. Use the number line to order the number of visitors to the park in 2014, 2015, and 2016 from least to greatest. Locate and label the points on the number line that represent the number of visitors each year. Let's go ahead and start with 2016. Okay, 2016 was 514,709 visitors. Where would that fall here? Now we want to think about what this midway point is on our number line. If this is 500,000 here, and then 510,000, our midway point would be 505,000. So we're taking a look at 514,000. So this one would be 515,000. That point is going to be just before that, right? So about here is our 2016 number. Right, so now let's go ahead and plot our point for 2014. That point was 525,745. Again, we can look at this midway point here. This is going to be 525,000 because it's in between 520 and 530. We know that 525,745 is going to be just about at that point. And that was our 2014 number. And finally, let's go ahead and plot our point for 2015, which is 508,164. Well, that's greater than 505,000 and less than 510. So we know it's going to be somewhere around here. We can plot that point as 2015. So now we need to write the number of visitors for each year in order from least to greatest. We know that 2015 had the least amount. So we need to write the number of visitors, which was 508,164. When ordering our digits, we're going to put a semicolon in between. Then 2016 had the next greatest, which was 514,709. Again, a semicolon in between. And finally, 2014 had the greatest at 525,745 visitors. We're going to go ahead and show that comparison between 2014 and 2016. Which of these numbers is greater? 525,000 is greater. Right, go ahead and complete check understanding and press play when you're done. Right, let's go ahead and check our work. 442,910 is greater than 424,901. Remember, when we're comparing digits, we're going to start at the leftmost digit. Right, those are both the same, so we would go over to the next. 4 10,000s is greater than 2 10,000s. Number 2, 420,723 is less than 426,839. We can think about that on a place value chart, on a number line, with 420,000 being about here. That 426,000 is going to be greater than that halfway point of 425,000. So we know that that number is greater. Then we went ahead and ordered 712,896, 702,486, and 727,894 from greatest to least. And here's where this one might get a little tricky. We're looking for the greatest value, 727,894. The next greatest would be 712,896, and the least being 702,486.